Hi everybody, this is Joseph Sharon, and I'm back again with another book review, anime review. This anime is called Tsurune, and I really didn't know anything about Tsurune itself. I had seen the cover of it and I was interested. I saw these characters wearing hakamas. I actually knew what they were called. I thought, how the heck do I even know what a traditional hakama is? And because this is Kyudo, or the most ancient form of archery known to human beings, and there's a lot of ritual and turns of phrase that actually come from Kyudo itself, and the title is onomatopoeic, which I think is really quite interesting. It's very fascinating because it's not often that you come across an anime or a show that has a title that reflects the sound that's made, and in this case it's the sound that the bow makes when the arrow is pulled back and released, or the whoosh or the snap or the whoosh, whatever kind of noise you can picture, or foom. Actually, I like thunk, but because it's more like a musical instrument, I think, and they use rosin, which I didn't know. It's something I learned from the series in and of itself. I thought, wow, I'm really getting educated. It's slice of life, and you've got the main character, who is Minato, and he encounters his best friends, Ryohei and Seiya, who played with him when he was a kid, and they're going to a new academy which happens to have Kyudo, and the only reason that Minato actually got involved with Kyudo was because his friend Shu had risen up in the ranks, and he was just an archery god. And something happened. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details, but make a long story short, their friendship was strained, and that actually comes back to haunt him more likely Seiya rather than Minato. Seiya is the one that suffers the consequences or the after effects. Years later, it's the the butterfly effect of what happened when he was only in elementary school. It's quite jarring, but it's a really magnificent series, and I fell in love with Masato because Masato, he's a character that comes in later who has his own confidence issues, and then you have Minato, who suffers from target panic, and when he meets Masato actually suffered with the same kind of anxiety and just the tentativeness, the over analytical the over analyzing, I should say, the over analyzing of actually just being in the moment. It's very transcendental, I think, just the way that everything is described. It's very Buddhist, and Misato is actually a priest, so it makes sense that he would teach Minato this way, but it's absolutely wonderful. It's got the most beautiful animation. It's got a just dreamy opening and closing, and it has a happy ending, and I don't think that they would ever make another series because OVAs are never like that, but it's absolutely wonderful. And if you're into archery, or if you're interested in archery, I would definitely watch it because you'll learn a thing or two. And I actually cried. I was surprised. I got emotional, and I'm not going to say why, but there's a scene in the advent of something that happens, and everybody in the team is actually feeling it, and it's at a point in time where it's crucial. And you think, oh, of all times, why did this have to happen now? But in spite of this scenario of the circumstances that seem to be bearing down upon them with razor edge teeth, it's the sword of Damocles just waiting to drop, they continue and they're made stronger because of it, and it just shows their determination and perseverance and tenacity in the face of adversity. And I like that. I really do. I think, wow, we can learn from this. But it's a very inspirational series, and I love the animation, how smooth and fluid it is, and the characters and how different they all are. And of course there's a character named Kachan, and Kachan reminds me of another Kachan in My Hero Academia. They have the same temperament, need I say more? But there's another character who comes in who's sort of a playboy. He's very likable, and every time he shows up he says merha, and and everybody says, well, what is this merha thing? Oh, it's merhaba. I'm like, ah, yes, Egyptian. And he said it was Turkish. I'm like, yeah, kinda, not really. I guess they do say merhaba in Turkey as well, but it's actually Arabic. It's Egyptian Arabic, and I think they use it across the board in our Arabic countries, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I do know a little bit of Arabic. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Not enough to be dangerous, but enough. That's about all I have to say about Tsurune. I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, hands down. It's just a stellar series that can be enjoyed by all, and you will learn immensely from it. And I thought it was fascinating, and I immediately fell in love with Seiya and just how conflicted he was. But Seiya has a tendency to be kind of annoying at points when he starts to brood, and I thought, oh no. But I guess every character has to have some weak points or they wouldn't be considered fully human, so he's got his own issue. Every character has their own complications, and they all deal with them in their own way, and it's intriguing to see how they grow. It's a coming of age story in the most basic of plots, but despite that, it's actually very complex as well, because it deals with the dynamics, and there are so many pearls of wisdom that can be gleaned from it, and that's why I like it as much as I do. So until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao tutti.